Hello everybody. I hope everybody's having a great day. Everybody, today my son Chris is here, my wife Jackie in the background here, and we're going to make 3 different type fall dishes, and pumpkin crumb cake later on, chopped Italian autumn salad, and first we're going to do an autumn garden vegetable soup. The vegetable soup takes a little bit, but it's easy. Have all the vegetables ready. Be all prepped. Goes nice and easy. If anybody's cooking along with me, let me know. Okay? Go ahead, Chris.
We have a ton of comments wishing you a happy birthday.
Thank you, everybody.
Turning 21 years old today.
Yeah. 21. I knew I wouldn't get away with this with Chris and my wife, you know. They got the word out there, didn't they? Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much. Let me start in, and glad to share my birthday with you. And then we're going to go have fun later, my boys, my wife, so it'll be good. So I'm going to throw a little bit of extra virgin olive oil in here, cut up a little bit of leeks. Love using leeks in soup. Make sure you clean them really good. Get all that sand out. Really important. So I am going to cut this leek here, and I'm going to show you a whole leek, okay? So when you do wash this, make sure they are all open and there is no dirt in between there, because you don't want that in your soup. You want all the nice tender leaves for your pot of soup, okay? So you're going to use the very white part, and then up to where it starts getting a little dark. Those dark leaves up top, those you can't use in the soup. Okay, just a little too tough. So I'm just going to give this a nice rough chop. And then I'm going to add in a little bit of garlic with this and a little bit of salt. And we're almost up to 1 year of doing these food festivals, Chris. We're two away from 1 year of doing this. Pretty neat. Thank you, everybody, for watching, and thank you to all the libraries that participate every once in a while or monthly. Have some out there that do it every single month. Haven't missed a one. Go ahead, Chris.
Aunt Prudy says, hi, Rob and Chris.
Hello, Aunt Prudy. How
and she also wished you a happy birthday.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much. So I'm just giving this a rough chop.
Jean asks, are the recipes posted anywhere? Yes. If your library didn't post it on their page or send it to you, you can always get it on our page, which we posted it yesterday.
So that oil is just about nice and hot. In the meantime, let me just chop up some fresh garlic. Okay, I'm just going to smash this down and then just kind of chop it really well. Then we're going to add a little bit of kosher salt in there. If you want to make this with a chicken broth or a vegetable broth, either one will work really fine. Different options to change this around. If you want to add sweet potato to it, you want to add butternut squash for the fall, really good. So Thanksgiving coming up. This is a nice little warm up to the main dinner, because you know how Thanksgiving is always so heavy. This is just nice and light right before dinner. So maybe make this with your family. So let me just take these leeks and garlic, throw them right in here. Get that right off here. Going to add in some kosher salt to it, and we will just keep an eye on this and just kind of keep giving it a good stir. This takes about 7 to 8 minutes. I got it on a pretty high heat, so it will cook just a little bit faster. I'm just going to peel some carrots. Okay, so 2 medium carrots you would use, but this is not medium, so this is actually considered 2 medium carrots. This is huge. So I'm just going to peel this and cut this into nice soup chunks.
Jean said, oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Jean said her internet connection cut out, so she didn't hear. You can get the recipes on our page or your library's page if they did post it anywhere.
Yep, always check out your library first, okay? And you should be able to get them right on, all the recipes on there, okay? So let me just cut this into nice chunks, and then just kind of, I like this to be a little bit of a hearty soup, so I'm cutting them a little bit big. The bigger you cut them, of course, the longer it will take, but pretty quick soup. It is definitely getting to be soup weather here. I have been doing some soups in libraries and also virtually, and I have a lot more virtual soup recipes to do. So I'm going to leave these to the side here. I'm going to do some green beans as well. A lot of times the green beans, they come snipped. That's if you get that bag that's already done. Or just kind of take the ends off, snip them yourselves, and cut them uniform to all the other pieces. Go ahead, Chris.
Janet said, I made your pumpkin chocolate chip cookies in the grab and go through Huntington Library. They were all gone in a flash. Another fabulous recipe. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I did that one live yesterday with family, so I had fun doing that one live as well, too. Thank you. I'm so glad you made them. And everybody, if you ever hear of a recipe that you say, oh, I'd like the recipe, like Janice just said, it's from the Huntington Library. Check out the Huntington Library and they will have the recipe, okay? So many different libraries have a lot of my recipes, so just check them all out. And just look what they all offer, because each library has so many different things. These are starting to soften, so in a minute I will add in the green beans, the carrots, and then some potato. The red potato you don't have to peel, but you can, so it's really up to you. So I'm going to peel this. Go ahead, Chris.
Let's see. I have some comments. I'll read a few of those too.
Sure.
Let's see. Emily said, hello, Chef Rob.
Hello, Emily.
Toby said, happy and healthy birthday, Chef Rob. Thanks for all the recipes you share with us, and thanks to Chris.
Thank you so much.
And Arlene said, happy birthday, and almost happy first anniversary. You and Chris are superstars. Got us through this difficult time.
Thank you so much. That's so wonderful you say that. Thank you. And you folks also got our family through this as well, because, you know, we've met so many different people by doing these classes, and just even whether it's over the phone or through email, so it's been really, really helpful. And boy, do we need a lot of cheering up, right? Tough times. So we're trying to just bring enjoyment to the libraries and to all you wonderful patrons. I'm just cutting up one more potato. Okay, you need any type of potato that really would hold up in the soup. I really do like the red potatoes for it.
David said the Huntington Library is where?
In Long Island. And where are you, David? It is not Huntington, California, I promise. I do not do that library. I would if they called, but they don't call. Okay, I'm just going to give this a nice rough chop here. So we have our carrots, our peeled potatoes and green beans all ready to go in here. You can see these are nice and soft. We have the leeks in here, olive oil, and some fresh garlic. Let's put this in here now, Chris.
It's actually Julia in Colts Neck, New Jersey.
Okay, Julia. Yes, it is definitely, it's the Huntington Library, so if you want that one, it is Long Island. Okay. So let's just stir this around really good. While this is starting to soften, it needs to cook for about 4 to 5 minutes. Okay, look at that. It's all health in there. It's like a big bowl of health. I want to go back to the leeks a second, okay? This is the way they come, okay? So usually you pay by the bunch, okay? Usually about 2 to 3 to a bunch. Just cut the little root right here off. And then you would use this white part here. It's in the onion family. Very mild, very strong here for the onion, and then it gets milder as it goes up. When you start getting to these dark leaves, those are the ones you kind of got to just get rid of, okay?
Neil said you need a West Coast library to say you're coast to coast.
Well, where did we do out west, Chris? Well, Utah. We did. Utah's as west as we went.
And Susan said that we have a library in Alaska.
Yes, yeah. Okay, let these cook. In the meantime, I am just going to take some fresh corn definitely getting to the end of the season in corn, right? Not as good as it was in August, okay, but it's still pretty good. Some nice, good, fresh, tender kernels on here. So I'm going to use 2 ears for this one here. You can always use canned or frozen as we get into the winter weather, okay? But when you can still get the fresh, why not use it? Okay, try to buy local when you can. Everybody, our next food festival will be on November 20th at 3 o'clock. And that is our Thanksgiving food festival. And as I'm shaving the corn off the cob, I will tell you what we will be making. And as always, please cook along with us. Okay. So I am just going to take this corn right here and just kind of cut this right off the cob. If some of them stay together like that, you know what? It just shows if you have company, friends over, anything like that, that you're using real good fresh vegetables. Okay? Really important. Especially when we can still get them. I want to give this a little bit of a stir. You can, as I said earlier, I know we have people jump on late, so sometimes I like to repeat this. You can add vegetable broth or chicken broth to this. Either one will be just fine. So soon we have a gadgets and gizmos class coming up. Okay, and we're going to do that on our Facebook. And check out our Facebook for that. That might even be, it might be next Saturday. No, not next Saturday, the following Saturday. Yes. So I'm going to leave this here. Going to use some fresh tomatoes. Now on the recipe it will say peeled and seeded. These are local tomatoes with very, very tiny little seeds and a very nice thin skin on it. So I'm not even going to take out the seeds of it because they are so small. And again, it is the local ones. When you get the ones from far away, they could have a wax on it. So just, that's when you would really want to take off the skin, okay? Because you don't want that wax.
Janet X, do you have any plans for another cookbook?
Oh, you know, you would think during COVID I would have sat down and said, okay, that's what I'm going to work on. But I decided the first 3 weeks, as I cut this tomato up, I said I'm just going to relax and go for walks and bike ride and all that. And that would have been the perfect time. And then I decided, let me do virtual. And then virtual just took off like crazy. And right now, there's no time in the day. I would love to. I have so many new recipes, but just don't really have time. So,
But we still do have the other one.
We still do have it. Don't have it right here. If you go to my Facebook page, Simply Creative Chef Rob, you will see my cookbook on there. Okay.
Neil X, is there any liquid in the pan? In the pot?
Just a little bit of olive oil, and that is it. So we are going to add in the stock right now. I'm going to use a little chicken broth. Okay. So with this one here, 2 quarts of water. And for every quart of water, you would add 2 tablespoons of the chicken bouillon. Okay.
Heather X, can you use frozen corn?
Yeah, if you can't get the fresh and you want to use frozen, or you just don't want to peel it and shuck it and all that, yeah, that's fine. Absolutely. And now, again, 2 quarts of water, so about 2 tablespoons of the chicken bouillon. I'm going to show everybody the chicken bouillon. It's like a paste. It's very salty, but what's really good about it is if you want to cut back on salt, you use very little of it, and you can have almost like reduced sodium soup. Okay, so I'm just going to put this lid on it here, and bring it to a boil. Get them nice and tender. Let it simmer. Then we're going to add in the corn and then the tomatoes. At the very end of this, right before it goes out, made this a long time ago, and I said I thought it needed a little something, a little zing at the end, and I said a little bit of lemon juice on top, and then a little fresh parsley, and it really just finishes it off nicely. Go ahead, Chris.
Gail said, first, happy birthday.
Thank you,
And
Gail.
second, where can I get the recipes? The library did not seem to have them.
All the libraries do have the recipes. I sent them out a long time ago to them. If any library out there doesn't have them, after the class, I will resend it out to you, okay? I always send them to the libraries a couple months in advance, so this way they kind of promote it, put the pictures out there, everything like that.
Janet said, I have it. It's great and chock full of wonderful recipes.
Thank you. Thank you. So let's let this cook. This takes, I'm just going to let it simmer just for a little bit, and then I'm going to add in the tomatoes and the corn in just a little bit, okay? Because these are really tender. Don't want to overcook them, okay? So let's start over by the salad, Chris. The salad here. Going to start making the salad. So I'm going to add in some romaine lettuce. Any type of nice crisp lettuce would be good in here. Then again, if you want spring mix, you want spinach, it would be just fine.
Linda X, could you add lentils or beans?
Oh, absolutely. That would only just make it probably even better and better. Soup, you just change the way you like it. I'm just going to tear this all up here. And now I'm going to be using some pecans on this. And I am going to chop them.
Michelle X, could you add fresh dill, parsnip, and turnip?
Why not? Absolutely. You know, now, you probably know, Michelle, for dill. Dill is very strong in a certain way, so you have to be a dill lover to say, I want to put that in there. You know, but like with parsnips and all that, that would be fine. So everybody, I am just going to take this little burner here with this little pan here. I'm going to take 1 full cup of pecans. Now I'm just going to give them a nice rough chop. And then I'm going to toss them in this pan and just kind of get a little heat on them and get them a little bit crisp. And what that will do is just bring out that nut flavor. Okay. Now if you wanted to change this with apples and add pears instead, that would work. Or even the combination of it would be perfect.
Let's see. Oh, Anna said happy birthday.
Thank you,
and
Anna.
Michelle said, I know I use dill in all my soups that I make, but the dill needs to be the fresh one.
Absolutely. So right. Yes. Okay, so let me get these pecans toasting. Just going to kind of keep tossing them around. This is a skillet that is a non-stick pan, so you just want to kind of use a wood spoon so you don't scratch anything. Okay. Okay, I am going to add in some dried cranberries into this salad. What is a full salad without dried cranberries? Okay. Going to add in some feta cheese as well. So crumble that feta cheese up and just mix this whole salad all together. Go ahead, Chris.
Peter and Candy said happy birthday. Deb said happy cooking good birthday.
Thank you so much.
Terry asked, if you were to use canned tomatoes, would you use diced, peeled, or crushed? I'm cooking alone in Florida.
Okay. If you have, well, obviously you can't, if you're cooking along right now, you can't go to the store. So whatever you have will probably work, but I would probably use the diced tomatoes. That would be my first choice of it. Okay.
And Susan asks, is it better to chop the pecans before you toast them, or can you toast them whole first?
You can toast them whole first as well. My thought on it was, since I'm doing this kind of like almost cooking to order, when these get done, if they're whole, and then I put them on the cutting board, and then I gotta chop them and maybe burn my hand. So this way I figured I have all the chopping done, just kind of let them cool a little bit, and then I can just toss them right on top of the salad. Okay. So I have my romaine lettuce right here, have some cranberries and some feta cheese. gonna add some apples, and I'm gonna go over some different apples. I'm gonna kind of hold them up. Chris will zoom in on them. Okay. This one here is a ginger gold. It's actually one of the first picked apples of the season. Sometimes it actually starts in August, and it's like a very sweet to mild tart, and it's great for salads and pies. Okay, so this is a really good apple, and it stores really good. Just keep it really, really cool. This is an apple that I got yesterday. It's called Rave. I don't know if you ever had that one, but it's a really good eating apple. And it's actually like a cross between a Honeycrisp apple and a Granny Smith. It's crispy and it's juicy, but and very, very sweet too. Okay, so I can use any of these apples. If you've ever had a jazz apple, okay, a jazz apple, and thank God, you know, like I'm starting to get used to like all these different ones because each year you get more and more new ones out there, you know, and they make these combination ones with the seeds, and then it becomes a whole different apple. But this one right here is the jazz apple, and it's really hard. It's crisp, but it's very strong, sweet, sharp apple flavor. Okay. And you don't have to peel any of these because they don't have a waxy skin at all. So I'm actually going to use this one. I'm going to use the jazz one right here.
Donna said happy birthday.
Thank you, Donna.
Rebecca said, awesome that you come to us on your birthday. Best wishes from Slater Library in Connecticut.
Thank you so much, and thank you for joining. You know, it's actually nice and fun to do this on my birthday and have so many wonderful people out there. It's really, really good. It's been a pleasure doing this for a year and a half now. Been doing the food festivals almost a year, like I mentioned earlier. So I'm just giving these a nice rough chop. Okay. I'm going to show everybody another apple in a second. I'm just going to put this right on top of the salad here. The next apple is one of my favorites. I love eating this apple. And I tell you two really good things about it too. So let me just take this one here. This one again is the jazz apple. Don't have to peel it at all. I want to just check in on my soup. Okay, my soup is starting to cook. So what I am going to do is add in the corn and the tomatoes in here.
Janet said, thank you for all the tips you give during your demos. So helpful. I'm almost 60 and learn something new every time.
Thank you. Thank you so much. You know, I learn too. You know what? You learn from different people that, you know, whether they come to my in-person classes and they say, oh, I do this, I do it that way. There's so many different ways, and you always learn. And you have to have that will to keep learning too. So look at this. Doesn't this like have a nice fall scent to this? Okay, if you wanted to put in a little spinach or something like that, that would be good in here. It's endless what you can put in here. So I'm just going to put this on here. Let that reduce. Probably needs about another 15, 17 minutes, something like that. So I'm just going to lower that. You want those vegetables to be nice and tender. Go ahead, Chris.
Neil X, is that your handprint, Chris, or is that Robert's? The one right over there. That is mine. I don't remember how old I was.
Oh, wow, Neil, wow.
He forgot I was here. Yeah.
See, Neil, you're supposed to be watching the cooking class, not the cabinet here. No. Yeah. Well, yeah. I guess let's bring that out so everybody can see. Everybody's probably wondering. So here.
Does it say on the back what year it was?
Everybody's going to know how old you are, Chris.
Most know.
Yeah. No, it just says Christopher 108. So it's probably the number of this.
Or wait, January 2008 I did it. So I was 7 years old.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Chris, the cameraman.
Yes.
Let me put this away so I don't break it. Actually, I'm just going to leave it on the side so I don't break it.
Yeah. Anna asked, how long will the apples stay fresh in the salad?
They will probably stay fresh. If you put a little bit of lemon juice on it, they will stay probably good about a half hour to 45 minutes, something like that. So these are nice and toasted.
I smell them.
I just wanted to give a nice heat. You smelling them?
Smell good.
So I'm just going to take this off, leave it to the side, and then put it right on top of the salad. Okay? So I said I'd show you one other apple. Okay? This one here, if you get a chance to go get one, okay, not every store has it because they can't keep every apple in. It's called the Ambrosia Apple, and it's different from any other apple. It's crisp, it's juicy, and the one really good thing about it is like you can cut it right now into slices, and hours from now, it doesn't turn brown, okay? So it's perfect, like if you have children, snacks, taking them somewhere on a little trip or something like that, and you don't want the lemon on there, it's perfect for that, okay? It's really good. And it's very low in acid, too.
Stacy said happy birthday.
Thank you, Stacy.
And also,
how are you?
And Susan asked, Chris, can you please turn on the smell-o-vision? Oh, I wish.
Okay, getting back to the salad right now. Let me just take some of this bacon right here. Now, the house was definitely smelling of bacon a little while ago. So take some nice crisp bacon. And this is if you like bacon, okay? Now, I like it in salads. I like it on a turkey club. I don't like it anywhere else. That's just me. But I know the smell of bacon, boy, that'll get you up out of bed early, right?
DDX, or she said, a very happy birthday, Chef Rob. Can walnuts be used in the salad?
Thank you, Dee Dee, and hello. Yeah, absolutely. Walnuts would be fine. Almonds would be fine to this too. Okay, so I'm just going to take some bacon, put that right on there.
Marie said hello and happy birthday.
Thank you, Marie. Thanks so much. Thank you. So everybody, this dressing here, why not just take it and just put it in a little jar, shake it, and just add it right on here. Okay. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take some extra virgin olive oil. We'll keep an eye on the soup too. This is very easy. Just take the olive oil, put it right in here. Any jar with a lid, or you could just use a whisk or even a little blender if you want to do it that way. A little kosher salt and black pepper. And always make a little bit more of this dressing because it's really, really good. Some apple cider vinegar. I like apple cider vinegar in dressings. Gonna add some Dijon mustard. I would say about 8 out of every 10 dressings I make, I use Dijon mustard in there. I just love it in there. Just a little bit more. And now you can add some maple syrup, or if you don't have the maple syrup, you want to use honey. Either one in this recipe would work really good, okay? Just make sure you use a pure maple syrup.
Kathy X, can you use turkey bacon?
Oh, absolutely. Sure, certainly. Especially if you want less calories, right? Why not? And then I'm just putting in a little bit of maple syrup.
And Gail said, with the weather predicted for next week, with it being chilly and rainy, that it'd be perfect for weather for soup.
Make the soup and the salad, and then make this harvest pumpkin crumb cake, and life is good, right? So let's just shake this dressing really good. And then just drizzle this as much as you think it may need, and just keep the rest on the side. So I'm just going to pour about half of this on here.
Sid said, looks yummy.
Thank you, Sid.
Barbara X, can you use other mustard if you don't have Dijon?
You certainly could. I would use maybe like the stone mustard, a stone grain mustard. That would be good. If you're asking if I can use a French's or a Gouldens, I think I would avoid that, okay?
And Marcia said, my live feed keeps pausing. Is this being recorded so I can see it later? Yes, you can always go back to our page a month, a year, 2 years from now, and it'll always still be on here.
So now we're just going to take this salad, just give this a nice toss just like this. And this is a really nice fall salad. Again, you can use pears for this as well. And if you are not a feta cheese fan, goat cheese would be good blue cheese in here would be good as well. Okay, so our soup is really cooking away right here. So I'm just gonna lower this just a little bit. I want to give everybody our menu for November 20th, our Thanksgiving food festival. We're gonna do a turkey corn chowder, so it will be perfect if you have leftover turkey. We always have leftover turkey, right? And we're gonna do that. We're gonna do pumpkin snickerdoodle cookies, and then we're gonna do another green salad, and it's got pears, and it's got dried cherries and candied walnuts, and like a balsamic drizzle on top. And then in December, we are gonna do our holiday cookie festival. That's when we started this all last year. And it's at 1 o'clock, so everybody write that down. It's 1 o'clock on December 11th. We're gonna do sprinkle batter cookies. We're gonna do blizzard white chocolate cookies, and then hot chocolate crackle cookies. All cookies, so please bake along with us all day. Have 3 different areas in your house all set up, or just make one of them, okay? Go ahead, Chris.
Remember that leftover turkey thing that you made a lot last year?
Yes.
I forgot what that was. Like on a biscuit or something?
Yeah, you take Pillsbury biscuit dough and you kind of press it out, and then you put it in a little bit of oil and you kind of pan fry it, and it becomes a pancake. And put scallions inside it and sesame oil. And then I stir fried some turkey and did a cranberry hoisin sauce.
That was good.
One of these virtual libraries coming up. I know we'll have to do that for. We have so many new people watching now, so yeah, we'll have to do that one again.
Betsy X, could you repeat the varieties of apples?
In the country or on my table? I have ginger gold. I have a jazz. I have ambrosia, and then I have a rave. Okay. And the one I used in my salad was the jazz, and that's the hard crisp apple, and it's got like a very sweet, sharp flavor. Go ahead.
Neil X, what time is the gadget class?
3 o'clock. 3 o'clock. Baldwin time, Neil. Eastern time, okay? So this still has a few minutes. I'm going to give everybody my dates for the food festivals coming up through the winter into March, okay? I do have the menus set, but I don't have the menus for you. But I do know January 22nd, we are doing a winter food festival. And then on February 26th, we're doing almost like get the family, go rent movies, or you don't rent movies anymore, right? You just, what do you do?
Watch Netflix. Or...
Netflix, that's what it is. See how much I watch TV? And we're doing all different snacks for a movie night. Go to the library, check out movies that morning, make these snacks with us, sit down, pop the movie in, and eat the snacks. Perfect day. And then on March 19th at 3 o'clock, we are doing a spring food festival as well. Go ahead, Chris.
Neil said that you have an incredible memory.
Oh, Baldwin, right? Yep. You know what I didn't put on here? Neil, and I'm surprised at you. You let me put this salad together without putting the pecans on. Now it's finished, okay? Neil doesn't let me go anywhere. If I forget something, Neil will get me. He will. He is a professional.
Heather X, what was the February date?
The February date is the 26th, and that will be the movie one, okay? So we have a lot of different movie snacks that day. So let me see how if this is nice and tender, and then we are going to slide over and do our Harvest Pumpkin Crumb Cake. If anybody did our Zoom class last week with all the apple pie streusel bread or the Harvest Pumpkin Cake that we did last week, it was different than this one. If you made it, let me know how it came out. I hope it came out good. Okay, so we're going to come back to this, Chris, just because the vegetable's still a little hard, and then I will show exactly how to serve it. So let me slide over to the next table.
Heather said thank you. They're all in my calendar.
Okay, everybody. So, to make this one, let's at least start the dry ingredients. You could actually, if you're making it with me, put on your oven right now to 350. It will take about 55 to 60 minutes. You're going to put it towards the bottom rack, maybe lift it up one notch, okay, so it's not directly on that bottom heat. And then put a sheet of aluminum foil on the rack above. Not on the cake, but on the rack above. You want to take an 8x8 pan. It could be glass, it could be metal, okay. Traditionally, and I'm just going to give this a quick little spray. Traditionally, when you cook in glass, you cook it the same amount of time, but you reduce it by 25 degrees. When I've been cooking this recipe though, I've been cooking it at the same temperature and the same amount of time, and it still comes out the same. But there are some cake batters that, when it's glass, it means reduce it by 25 degrees, okay? Because it does cook quicker through there. So let's start adding into the dry ingredients. So I am going to take 2 full cups of the all-purpose flour and add that right in here. And this is a super moist cake. 2.5 teaspoons of baking powder. The baking powder, just kind of go up against the sides and just drop it in here. Don't forget you want 2.5. And it just gives it a nice rise to this cake. And then just a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and that just brings out all of the flavors. And I'm going to add a pumpkin pie spice. You can either make it yourself or you can just buy it. Okay.
Rebecca asks, regular or convection oven best?
I use the convection oven for this, okay? I just like the way the air circulates around it. Seems to cook it really good, okay? So I want to use 1 tablespoon of pumpkin pie spice. You can make it yourself. There's all different balances of recipes, so it depends if you like a lot of nutmeg or cloves or more cinnamon, that you could just change it your way, or you could just buy a bottle like this. You know, I go through a lot of it. So sometimes I'll just buy these. If you have a Sam's Club by you, they're like, this here is like $3.88, I think it is. And it's a 5.6 ounce one, which is pretty good for that price, okay? And this one has cinnamon, ginger, nutmeg, allspice, mace, and cloves in it, okay?
Joan X, can you use a bundt pan for this cake?
Yeah, yep, that would be fine. Just take all these dry ingredients right here, mix this up.
Nandini said, thank you for the tip of reducing the heat while cooking in a glass dish.
Absolutely. But don't forget what I said about this one. You don't have to do it, okay? This one just seems to cook equally in it, but a lot of recipes, you do want to reduce it by 25 degrees. Go ahead, Chris.
Kirsten said, happy birthday, Chef Rob.
Thank you, Kristen. How are you? Everybody, let's add in some dried cranberries. So a 1/2 cup of dried cranberries. If you like cranberries, you can add a few more. And then a 1/2 cup of toasted walnuts. You want them to be chopped. So let's just take about a 1/2 cup.
Patty X, was the Zoom class on the Monmouth County Library Facebook page?
No, that one wasn't, and it wasn't recorded either. So, I'm trying to think. I know I did that cake at another library, but I don't know which one. I don't know about the apple pie streusel bread.
Rena said, happy birthday, Chef Rob.
Thanks, Rena.
Emily said, X, can I make it in a cupcake pan?
In a cupcake pan, yeah, I would leave about 3/4 room for it to rise, okay? Because it's got the baking powder, so it's only going to go up. I'm just going to take these walnuts here and add them right in with the dry ingredients and the cranberries, and then we're going to go back and check out the soup, because that soup will be done.
Neil said it was syosset.
Syosset, okay.
And then Myrna said, happy birthday,
Neil.
Chef Rob.
Thank you so much. Thank you. So everybody, this is what you want it to look like. All the dry ingredients, the cranberries, the walnuts. So we're going to leave this to the side for right now, and we're just going to go back and finish up that soup. So at this point, what I would do is just take a nice ladle of this, put it in a nice soup bowl. Just be careful to let it cool for a little while, okay, because it is so hot. Whenever you're having something with broth, that broth just really holds that heat, and you don't want to burn your mouth. Okay, so look at that. That is just like all very, very healthy. Just put a little bit of fresh lemon juice right on top, okay, and it will just mix in just a little bit, or you can just put it, squeeze it right into the whole pot right here. And then I'm gonna put some fresh Italian parsley. Just gonna give that a rough chop. And you can add that right into the pot. You can put it right on top of the bowl of soup.
Barbara asked if adding beans to the soup, when do you recommend adding them?
Adding what, I'm sorry?
The beans.
The beans, you could add them now. If they're the canned beans, you could add them in right now just to get them hot, and that's really it because they're fully cooked.
And Aunt Joan said happy birthday.
Thank you, Aunt Joan. How are you? Hello to your family. So this here is the autumn garden vegetable soup. And let me hold up the chopped fall salad with apples, cranberries, and apple cider dressing.
Patty said thank you.
Oh,
And
you're welcome.
Aunt Joan said I'm good.
Good. Glad. Okay, everybody, let's go back and finish up the crumb cake. So Chris earlier today he took me to a Greek place, and then what are we doing tonight, Chris?
We are going to dinner.
Dinner?
And then
what type of food?
German.
German. So
yes.
Everything that we're gonna have today has got to have a G first, right?
I know.
It was Greek earlier. German
And then guess where
tonight.
we're going after?
Where?
Golf.
Golf.
Yeah.
We're going to do Top Golf. Anybody ever done that out there? I've never done that. I'm not nervous though. I'm okay. If I was going
You'll
on,
make it through
a
it. Don't
roller
worry.
coaster Now I might be a little nervous. I used to be fine.
You'll be okay. Don't worry.
Okay.
Emily said it looks yummy.
Thank you.
And Linda said happy birthday, Chef Rob. Thank you for sharing your birthday with us.
Thank you so much. Thank you. So everybody, take a half of a stick, 4 tablespoons, softened butter.
Susan said Top Golf is right near my house.
Susan, I hope I don't hit your house. I hope not. Have you been there, Susan?
Yeah, just stay away from the windows.
Yeah,
You never know
just stand back.
You never know with his hits.
So I got the softened butter right in here. I'm just going to add some brown sugar, 3/4 of a cup. You want it to be packed. That, and now our quarter. So that was the half, and here is the quarter. I am going to turn on the electric mixer, and then we're just going to add in the egg and then some of the pumpkin. When we add in the pumpkin, this is the pumpkin you want to use, the 100% pure. It will either say pure, puree, or solid. If it says pumpkin pie filling, leave it at the store because it's not for this, okay?
Linda asks, when do you use Italian parsley and when flat leaf?
Okay, give me 1 second on that one because I'm just gonna continue with this, and I will get, and you remind me too, Linda. Okay, because there have been times I've gone off the air and I've like, wait, I never answered that question, but I want to answer it directly.
Kathy said no, but I've done mini golf.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And Gail asks, is that dark brown sugar?
This is light brown sugar. I have been using pretty much light brown sugar.
Since you were 4, probably?
No, I used to use dark more, but I don't know. 1 egg will go in here. And just get it to where it's mixed up together really well. You're going to add a 1/2 cup of whole milk. Make sure it is whole milk. I know we keep a lot of 1%, 2% almond milk, every milk in there but whole now. But for baking, you really do want it whole. And then you want 1 full cup of the solid pumpkin. I did see the stores still have the pumpkin, so if you are in the market for it, make sure you buy it soon before Thanksgiving gets here. Okay. And then just kind of bring this all in together. And now I'm just going to add the dry right in here. And we just want it to get it where it's nice and combined. So make sure you scrape everything out of this bowl. And I have my 8x8 pan already sprayed. Okay, just make sure it's greased. And you have your oven preheated to 350, 55 minutes, 55 to 60 minutes. Just until that center is nice and firm. Okay.
Emily said, oh, sorry.
Yep, just where it's not, where your finger can't sink in there. Go ahead.
Emily said, I saw that all the club stores only have the light brown sugar.
All the club stores, yes, you are right on that. And even, I think, even like the Lidl and Aldi's too, and that. Not sure why the reason is for that. But yeah, I noticed that as well. That's probably why I got in the habit of it, because that's what is always out there.
Jenny said, happy birthday, Chef Rob. Thanks for sharing it with us.
Thank you so much.
Neil
Thank
said,
you,
I'm
Jenny.
sure Hampton Bays is totally out of pumpkin.
Yeah, because of me, right?
Yeah, he actually goes to people's stoops when the stores run out. Goes and
Yeah.
takes the pumpkin. No. And Prudy X, did you put the egg in?
I did.
I know, it looks
And
like it's not cracked.
Here's the proof.
Yes. And Emily said, I got dark brown at Lidl.
Oh, okay. I'm just taking everything right off of here. Chris, if you could just turn off that soup burner. Chris is going to multitask now. Because I hear my soup still cooking. I didn't turn the burner off. And then I didn't forget the parsley question. Okay. So I'm just going to take this batter, put it right in here. When to use flat parsley or Italian parsley? Flat parsley and Italian parsley the same. Curly parsley is in a whole different league. Curly parsley, not much flavor, more for garnish, okay, maybe stock. But Italian parsley, used for everything else. Italian flat leaf, it's all for everything else. Has the best taste. Go ahead.
Neil said no vanilla in this one.
No vanilla. You know what? It has such a good amount of the pumpkin pie spice. Doesn't need it. But you know what? I always say make it the way I make it. Try it at home. See if you like it. And if you think, I think it needs vanilla, you add vanilla next time. And
Lacey,
just smooth this out here. What? Go ahead.
Lacey said, happy birthday, Chef Rob, from your little friend Lacey. Hope you have a nice birthday. Can't wait to meet you. We missed the last Comswag Live event.
You did. I was looking forward to meeting you there. Yes. Thank you, Lacey. Thank you so much. My friend Lacey.
Gail said, you need the kind of hand mixer my eldest son got me for Christmas last year. It's a Hamilton Beach and stands up by itself when you remove it from the bowl.
Oh, I know what you mean. Yes. Yep. You know what? The one thing is, you can't have everything, because then the house starts getting smaller. So I have this. I actually have about 4 of them because I go to different libraries and I leave them all in different buckets. So that's why. So I kind of stick with that. I can't have everything. Thank you, though. This is the way your cake batter should look. Now we're just going to make the crumb topping for it and then stick it right into the oven.
Marjorie said hello.
Hi, Marjorie. How are you? So I'm going to add in some brown sugar. I am just going to take 3/4 of a cup. So these are 1/4 cups. Just kind of squeeze it to the sides, just like that. Really moist. This freezes excellent. Adding a 1/2 cup of flour, the all-purpose flour. Just add that right in there. I need a 1/2 teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice. And if you like a little bit more cinnamon or something like that, you can always add that too. And then the other part of the stick, 4 tablespoons, softened butter. The butter should be just like that, where you can put your finger into it and just kind of drop that in here. And then you could take a fork, kind of mix it around. I am going to use my hands, and that way we kind of keep talking, because Chris always says, we have a question or we have a comment. Do we have anything, Chris?
Nope.
Nothing, right? No. So next week, if you check out my Facebook page, everybody, it is Simply Creative Chef Rob. And if you go on there, you will see other virtual cooking classes, and you can always call the library. They will send out the Zoom information to you, or the Facebook Live. You just go to their page, okay, and do it. So we have a lot next week virtually, and we have a lot in person as well. Everybody, when I go to the libraries now, everybody wants to see Chris. They're like, oh, Chris doesn't come with you now? It's not a package deal when I go live, right?
I know.
See, when I started doing this about 10 years ago, you know, both my boys, Robert and Chris, they would go to me a lot to the classes because it was new, it was fun. Now it's not fun. No.
It's still fun.
It is, yeah.
I just have a busy schedule now.
You do.
Deb said I missed the amount for the brown sugar. How much, please?
3/4 of a cup. 3/4 of a cup. A 1/2 cup of flour. A 1/2 teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice. And 4 tablespoons of butter, softened. Okay, so you can see how this is. You don't want to overmix it, because if you overmix it, everything's going to look like that. It's become really wet, and then you're going to kind of have to go like this and just kind of piece it out. But this is still nice and crumbly, so it's not going to do that. I want this to come out and be nice bakery style crumbs, where they are. If you want to make nice big crumbs, you kind of just break them big pieces just like that. See, big clumps like that.
Joan asks, how long in the microwave to soften the butter?
For one stick, I would say about 4 seconds. That would be really it. When I know I'm doing the class, I just seem to take the stick out about an hour, hour and a half ahead of time. Especially now we're going to be starting to turn that heat on. It'll be enough time.
Let's see. Tracy said, hi, Rob. Happy birthday.
Thank you, Tracy.
Neil said, put extra for Jackie. He knows.
Good memory, Neil. Neil, you have a good memory, too. See how these nice big crumbs are? Okay.
Darlene said, happy birthday, Chef Rob. Thank you for taking the time on your birthday for a Facebook Live. I had technical difficulties.
Thank you so much for telling me. I'm sorry you had the technical difficulties. Please, after the class, just go back and you can watch the parts that you did miss, okay?
Because the whole thing's on there and you can rewatch it.
And for all you libraries that join every month and join today, please keep this up as long as you want. Keep it up there for your patrons.
And you can go back in another month and reshare it to your page. And it's just like a brand new video for anyone else that's never seen it. JX, can you substitute apples or other fruit if you don't like pumpkin and follow all the other parts of the recipe?
No. For this recipe, I would say you've got to come up with like a whole new base, okay? Because the pumpkin just gives it so much body. That apple is a whole different texture, okay? If you were saying sweet potato, something like that, do a sweet potato cake, you could do that. So maybe you like sweet potato, but apple, that balance wouldn't work. Could you make the same type of crumb topping? Absolutely. I want to just hold this up, show everybody those nice bakery style crumbs. I want to show everybody what it will look like when it comes out of the oven. Okay, so you can see it does get a lot higher. Okay, it is really nice crumbs on here. If you could see, it's like a little soft, which is perfect, but my finger won't sink in there, so I do know it is done, okay?
Rebecca asks, do you grease the sides of the pan also?
Yeah, I just gave it a quick spray, but since you have the butter wrapper, you could just take the butter wrapper and maybe even dust it with a little flour, and that would be fine as well.
Neil X, what about applesauce?
Applesauce? No, that wouldn't work. You could always, like, applesauce is usually substituted for, like, almost like a vegetable oil or a canola oil in a lot of the cakes or breads or muffins or that.
Heather said that looks delicious, and Emily said yummy.
Thank you. So let me swing back, and we're going to put all three of these dishes together. Okay. So everybody, this right here is the soup. Okay, this is the autumn garden vegetable soup. And this is the harvest pumpkin crumb cake. And you could put whatever nut you like in it, whether it's pecans or walnuts, any of them in here. Again, don't forget, this freezes really, really well. And then this here, the chopped fall salad with apples, and has cranberries and apple cider dressing to it too. Okay. All right, Chris is unbelievable. When I went around, I knocked out the plug, and he's just so good. He can multitask. He turns off my soup while doing the camera. Can't replace him. Yeah.
No, you can't.
He charges a lot though, so if anybody out there trying to get him,
One cake a day, yeah.
one what?
One cake a day.
One cake a day, yeah.
Let's see.
I'm gonna put this over here. And if anybody, any questions or comments, please let us know. And to all you libraries on there, I don't get to talk to every single library. While COVID was going on really strong, we talked a lot on the phone. But I want to let you know, with these Facebook Live videos, I always suggest this too, because you have this now. You can put this on your Facebook page as long as you like. You know how you do movies in the library? You can do a cooking day and hand out the recipes as well too. So there are different ways for you to use this as well too. Okay.
Frank X, is that your birthday cake?
It is until I see anything else maybe come in the house. So if nothing else comes in the house, yes, it's my birthday cake. But I have a feeling it's not.
It's not. Yeah, we're getting a bunch of people saying happy birthday and thank you. Someone asked, where's the soup recipe? All the recipes you can get from your library, or if it's not there, you could always get it from our page that we posted it yesterday.
Again, any of you libraries that are out there, if you don't get the recipes within like 2 months of the program, email me, because I have them out that early to you. You should have all of November and December out there now. And I will be sending January, February, and March out to you shortly, okay? And you'll have all the photos and recipes, okay? Because I know newsletters are due soon, right? So, everybody, thank you so much. I will see you before Thanksgiving, but please visit all the different libraries that you see on here today, because each library offers so many different things, and when it's virtual, you can go to each library, okay? And it's really wonderful like that, okay? Because virtual is here to stay, but so is in person. So, go ahead, Chris. Anything else?
A bunch of people saying thank you and happy birthday.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much. Glad I shared the birthday with you. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
I'm a 3-feet baddie that deserves to be treated like a queen. Today I'm going on my first blind date. Dating with dwarfism is very different, obviously, than the average person. I'm curious as to how he's going to react.
Hello, how's it going?
Hi.
How are you?
Good, how are you? Today I'm going on a blind date. And I've never gone on a blind date before in my life, so I have no idea what to expect. But yeah, I'm excited. I was born with a rare form of dwarfism called cartilage hair hypoplasia. I'm only 3 feet, and typically other types of dwarfisms are a lot taller than me. I kind of just look like an average size, just like smushed together. Everything's like proportionate except my legs and my arms. High school was the hardest. Kids were having crushes and it was all fun and games, but nobody wanted to date the little person. All the guys were like, you know, I'd date you if like you were taller, or I had a secret relationship for about 6 years, which is terrible. He didn't want anybody to know. For me, I'm curious as to how he's going to react. I can see people's reaction before they actually say anything. So I think that's what I'm more like curious about. So right now I'm on my blind date and we're at a Mexican restaurant. I'm kind of nervous now. As I get older, I realize that just someone that's like genuine and honest and loyal is like a huge checklist. It's not easy to find.
My name's Brian Sullivan. I'm 29 years old and I'm a musician. About my date, I don't know much about her. I just know that she is a little person and she's looking for love, a lot of love, big love. So I'm here. Hello, how's it going?
Hi.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Fantastic.
I'm Jonna.
Jonna, I'm Brian.
Brian, nice to meet you.
How you doing today?
Good.
Good. It's another good day.
I kind of hope that he, like, I don't know if like no reaction means good. I think probably just an open, like it doesn't matter. It's just who you are. It's no big deal.
So what's up? We gonna get some food? We gonna get some drinks?
Yeah,
What we
I'm
doing?
good. I'm good.
I'm trying
hungry.
to drink a margarita.
All right.
Sure.
Here we go.
I know how it goes. They say you buy two, the third one's $5 off.
Oh.
So we might be able to share that last one.
Okay.
Give me 2 straws.
Actually, I don't drink.
Oh, you don't?
No.
Okay, beautiful.
Yeah,
I love it.
I've been sober for about almost 5 years. which is
Congratulations.
crazy. Thank you.
Congratulations.
I appreciate that.
I don't
Yeah.
want to.
No, it doesn't bother me.
Okay.
It's all good. I've been around it.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Is there any reason in particular why you stopped drinking?
Well, yes.
Obviously, it's good for you not
Yeah.
to drink, so
Yes.
you know what I mean.
It just kind of got out of control,
I hear you.
you know?
No worries.
Living in a world that doesn't accommodate little people is hard. I did struggle with an addiction of drugs and alcohol, which I'm now sober. Through all that, like, here I am, and I'm feeling good about myself, you know?
Can we get 2 waters?
Yeah.
I want some lemon in the water, and then can I get maybe a strawberry margarita?
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm sweet like that.
I do love, like, if we have the connection of, like, music, because I love just, like, blasting and singing songs in the car.
Life is music. That's what these tattoos are.
Oh,
So you got the
okay.
microphone here.
I
The
love
tattoo
that.
says my music is medicine. And then Love City is